Reject the finance bill. 2024 finance bill in Kenya should be rejected. A lot of you have been asking me, what's going on in Kenya? Why are we seeing all this protesting and stuff like that? Yes, in Kenya there's so much going on, and one of these, it is people protesting against the 2024 finance bill. The reason they are protesting it is because this bill has put a lot of taxation in everything, and it is going against what the now president William Ruto promised.
I, William Samoei Ruto, on behalf of Kenya Kwanza Alliance, do hereby commit to provide mothers of newborn babies with diapers for their children for a minimum of 3 months, paid for by the government of Kenya. Providing sanitary pads and sanitary towels to all our girls. And that is for free.
So this is just one of those lies, or maybe one of the promises that he promised Kenyans and he never fulfilled, and that's why Kenyans are actually angry at him. And they are not giving, like, he's not even giving a chance to the people, especially the content creators, because even the content creators gonna be taxed, and people are very angry at him. People are very angry at the finance bill, because it is just going against, like, it wants to take a lot from the Kenyans, even the people who are actually not earning, and it's gonna impact the Kenyans in many various ways, like many ways. Okay, and these are my reasons why I say you should reject this finance bill. I'm gonna state to you, I have seen a lot of you asking me, why are you supporting people to reject the finance bill? I want to give you my answers. Even if I'm not in Kenya, I'm living in Turkey, in diaspora. I'm a diaspora person. I'm not in Kenya, but I still have family in Kenya. I still have my family there. I still have people who I want the best, and I stand together with those people because I'm part of them. Like, they are my family. I'm still part of them. Even if I'm not in Kenya, we still feel that this thing should not be passed, like we should reject. And I know today has been a very sad and also a very thrilling day, especially to the Kenyans, or maybe the Kenyan country. As a Kenyan who is in diaspora, of course, I've been following up with what has been going on, and I have to say that, first of all, I'm super proud of my fellow Kenyans who have been protesting and rejecting the finance bill. And also, I'm really sorry and very sad to see that at this moment, or maybe at this point in time, or maybe in time, the government is still using its force to actually use excessive force to even kill the protesters who are actually peacefully reporting and doing their thing, because they were not satisfied with the bill. So I want to answer most of you who have been asking me what's going on, why are you posting videos of Kenya, what's going on. I'll be giving you what has been going on, the reasons, and also I'm gonna give you my top 10 reasons why, if you are following me, you are Kenyan and you are listening to me, why Kenyans should actually reject the finance bill. So first of all, the widespread of protest in Kenya are primarily driven by the government's proposed tax increases in the 2024-2025 finance bill. Okay, so the key reason behind the protest are, like, the proposed tax measures include new levies on basic commodities like bread, vegetables, sanitary towels, food, oil, sugar, and so many small things, and as well as new motor vehicle circulation tax and eco levy on most manufactured goods. So protesters argue these taxes will actually furthermore burden Kenyans who are already struggling with the high cost of living, And if you look at the statistics, or maybe if you look at what has happened today and the previous days for protesting, most of them, they are new generation, like the young generation. They call themselves the Gen Z generation. So the government aims to raise at least $2.5 billion in addition to taxes through the finance bill to reduce the budget deficit and also public debt, which stands at 68% of GPD. However, the protesters, or maybe the Kenyans, want the government to actually abandon the planned tax hikes, and also which they believe will choke the economy of Kenya. It's already tough for Kenyans, most of Kenyans, as you can see. Okay, and as we are speaking right now, the whole thing has been passed, and that's what angered most of the people. Okay. Now, the protests have been led by Kenyan youth who are actually angered by the government's proposals, which they say go against President Ruto's campaign promises to uplift the lives of the poor and lower the taxes. Okay. Now, the protesters have stormed the parliament building as we speak, and I have seen that, or maybe it has been reported that part of the parliament has been set on fire. And also something that I have seen on social media, it is a threat to shut down the news stations, some of it which is NTV, and it has been reported also that the Twitter, or maybe the X, it's not working, like it has slowed down. Maybe something has been done. Okay, so in overall, the widespread public anger over the proposed tax increases has sparked the large-scale protest across Kenya and also in diaspora, which the government is struggling to contain, or maybe the government has struggled to actually contain, and it has not actually succeeded. Okay, now I'm going to give you my 10 reasons why I think as Kenyans, we should reject the finance bill. The very first one is that the proposed taxes on basic foods like bread, sanitary pads, and cooking oil will actually further increase the costs. It's going to increase the cost of living already for struggling Kenyans. I'm sorry for the background noise, but I think you are actually getting my point. Another thing that I might say is when I was reading part of the proposed bill is that the new motor vehicle circulation tax and also the eco levy on manufactured goods will actually hurt businesses and also consumers alike, and that's why people are actually angry at it and they want to reject it, or maybe they are still rejecting it. My third point is actually the tax increases, or maybe the tax that have been increased on this bill goes against President Ruto's campaign promises to lower taxes and also improve the lives of the poor people. Okay, it is like our president, or maybe the president of Kenya, just did the opposite. The reason why Kenyans should actually reject the finance bill is that the government has failed to adequately address concerns over corruption and also wasteful spending. Like the reasons why you see youth are actually storming the parliament to destroy everything, it is because of the discussion, or maybe what the government was up to in terms of actually renovating, just wasteful spending, renovating the parliament, doing stuff, building and stuff like that. We should be prioritized, or some concerns in terms of actually corruption and wasteful spending should be prioritized over raising taxes. Another point, as a Kenyan, I feel like the proposed taxes on specialized medical services could make critical healthcare less accessible for many Kenyans who are still struggling even to get better in terms of actually medical accessibility. Now, another point is actually the increased import taxes will lead to higher prices for range of imported products, which is not good thing, and further burdening the consumers. Okay, so it is something that we should reject at all cost. Now, my 7th point is that the lack of meaningful consultation with the public on these tax proposals or maybe proposals undermines the democratic process, because if you see even the people who did, or maybe the members of parliament who accepted or gave it a right, there are few compared to the whole of the country. Like, it's something that was not done well, and that's why people are actually angered about it. Okay, my 8th point is the heavy-handed police response to the protest that we have seen today, including the use of live ammunition and live bullets, is a concerning violation of the rights to peaceful people who were actually protesting. Those were young people who were actually protesting, and if you see how the police were shooting at them, and it's just something that is anger, like something that is actually heart-wrenching, something that is saddening to see at this point of time in the government, like the police using excessive force. It is not good. It's sad. Okay. Now, my 9th point is that the government's piecemeal concessions on certain taxes are insufficient and do not address the core concerns of the protesters. And that's why many people are actually very angry at Mr. Ruto. Now, rejecting the finance bill could force the government to pursue more equitable and also more sustainable fiscal policies that prioritize the needs of Kenyans people, rather than just making their own thing and want to impose on poor Kenyans to actually suffer. So guys, that is it. I just wanted to share some part of it, what is happening, so that my viewers who have been following me and asking me questions, can you tell us what is happening? You have an idea what is happening right now in Kenya. I'm gonna keep an eye, and if I get something that we can talk about or we can share, we can actually talk about it. Otherwise, until next time, I'll leave you with some of the few clips that you can see, so that you can see what happened today, Tuesday, in Kenya. Okay, until next
kitu mbaya kisifanikiwe. Just praying God
Ngoyo bendera yetu. Tulia kidogo, haitaanguka.